Hello, hello. It is Wednesday evening. We are officially 1 week away from Christmas for those of you who are celebrating, which is absolutely unbelievable to me that it is literally right around the corner. I'm not quite sure how that even happened. I feel like it just turned 2019 and here we are, almost in 2020. I'm going to give everybody a little bit to pop on, and hopefully some of you start popping in soon. As you do join, just feel free to drop a hello and just maybe let me know where you're tuning in from. And like I said, I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to get on. I know that this time is a little tricky, especially if you have kiddos. Maybe you're putting your kiddos to bed and stuff like that. But if you're able to tune in live, that's great. And just say, hi, I'm here tuning in. Hopefully you guys don't hear the massive crazy wind that is going on over here. We are in a little bit, I'm not going to say a blizzard, but like a random snowstorm that came out of nowhere. Hoping for it to be gone by tomorrow because we are traveling for the holiday on Friday out of state. So hopefully we don't have to deal with any of that. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sam. Thanks for tuning in. So glad you guys could be here. And I am going to just welcome everybody tonight. I'm really, really happy each and every one of you could be with me this evening. And if you don't know, I'm going to be sharing a tool that is going to help you gain clarity for this next year, a tool that can allow you to design and experience a life you've dreamed of, and that tool is a vision board. And now I know some of you have created one before and some of you haven't. So the first thing I would love to invite each and every one of you to do, if you haven't already done so, is say hi. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and then if you've ever made a vision board before, let me know if you have or have not, just to get some insight into if we have a lot of newbies here or if we have people who have done them before, because I would love to get insight from those of you who have created one before, just because the things that I'm going to be sharing tonight are things that have worked for me. And you might find as you start to create your own that there's a different strategy or method that you end up liking even better, and that's totally fine. The main intention is to get you started and get you going and actually creating that vision board. And let's see. Awesome. Okay, so Sam, you have. Cheryl, you have not. Hi, is it Mia or Maya? I'm probably saying it wrong, and I apologize if I am saying it wrong. Okay, and as you guys are just like responding, and North Carolina. Okay, so Mia, you have never made one either. For those of you who don't know, I am Megan Lafferty. I am a mama to one rambunctious and very kind-hearted and adorable and very trying 2-year-old Owen. I've been married to my hubby, Dave, for 4.5 years, and we have a cat named Daughtry who acts more like a human. And yes, he is named after Chris Daughtry. Don't judge here. So I own a wellness coaching practice called Wellness and Laughter. And just so you guys have some background, I am a certified health and life coach, but refer to myself as a wellness coach. And I use this term because I take a holistic approach when working with my clients. My ultimate goal is to help women feel their best. And with my approach, I look at you as a whole person, and I use a sequence of questionings to really uncover the area of your life that needs to be given attention first. And this may include like nutrition, your lifestyle, stress, things that are holding you back and preventing you from shining your brightest and feeling your best. And I work with women who are just tired of feeling like sluggish, chained to a certain calorie or point system, and really just sick of feeling restricted or deprived. And I also help women experience freedom when it comes to their food, nutrition, and lifestyle. So together we create a sustainable, realistic, and lasting healthy lifestyle that you actually do enjoy. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of background about me, why I'm here this evening, and what it is that I do. Again, I would love to get to know all of you a little bit better. So I'd love to know, I already know that Sam has a bunch of kiddos at home, and I have connected with her, but I'd love to hear from you, Mia, and Cheryl, a little bit about if you have any kiddos at home, and what it is that you guys do too. So I want to thank each of you again for taking the time out of your holiday schedules to tune in for the fun mini workshop, and I promise not to take up a boatload of your time this evening. With that being said, I want to just dive in and chat about vision boards because they're so exciting to make. If you haven't already done so, I do recommend downloading the PDF. You don't have to print it. You can just take down the notes in a notebook, whatever is easiest for you. It was shared in an earlier post, but I'm going to drop it in the comments in case you didn't get a chance to take a look at it, because I am going to be referring to that this evening. So let's see. 3-year-old and 16-month-old. Oh, awesome. Fitness classes for moms and moms to be. I love that, Mia. I definitely would like to chat more with you about that. So for anybody who hasn't made a vision board, I just want to start by sharing, and please let me know if you guys are having trouble hearing me at all. Sometimes my headphones get a little bit wonky, so I want to make sure you guys can hear me loud and clear. So for anyone who has not made a vision board, I want to begin by sharing what it is, and how I refer to a vision board is it's a collection of images, words, phrases that really just inspire you. And once you have completed this vision board, the belief is that it can really help you manifest your dreams into a reality. Now, my intention this evening is that you will leave this mini workshop and have the necessary tools and knowledge to create your very own vision board. Originally, this was set to be a 2-part series, but I've decided to just condense everything with you and share it this evening. This way you have as much time as you need to really brainstorm, get it created, get your juices flowing, and have it completed before the new year. I have an 8-year-old son. Awesome. Wow. Cheryl, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. I was saying, what was I saying about the vision board? Sorry, I was getting sidetracked. I want you to have enough time to create it. What I'm going to actually do, I have not made mine for this year, but I have started the brainstorming process, is my hubby and I are actually, since we don't have plans on New Year's Eve, we're going to create it that evening. So if you guys don't have plans that night, might be a fun thing for you and your partner to do, or maybe have a couple girlfriends over and create your vision boards. It's just, once you get into it, you're going to realize just how much fun and inspiring that it can be. So the thing that I hear from people most often is, and I honestly thought this myself before I actually created one, was, does this thing actually work? I don't know if any of you have thought that before, especially if you haven't created one and you're thinking, does this actually work? If you've been there, let me know that you've been there. I was a skeptic. I was curious about how a board could actually have the power to really manifest and help design your dreams for your year and make them a reality. I mean, come on, it sounded pretty wild to me that you create a board and things are supposed to come to fruition from there. Now, here's the thing. It 100% can and will work. The thing is, you have to have the belief. You need to ask yourself, what do I want in the specific area of my life? And how does it feel to have it? You need to imagine yourself actually experiencing it right now. And for all of you who know Rachel Hollis and follow her and do your Start Today journals, you know that she completely believes in this. You have to write things down as if they're actually already happening and believe that they can happen. The same applies for your vision board. And I want you to check in with yourself, and I want you to imagine that you're actually experiencing those things in your life right now, and ask yourself, does this feel in alignment with me? Is this how I really want to feel? Maybe this thing, this achievement, this goal actually doesn't elicit the feelings that I thought it would. And if that's the case, that's okay. if you don't feel in alignment, if you think you want something and then you go through and check in with yourself and you say, you know what, actually, it's not going to be bringing about the feelings that I want to be feeling, then maybe that's something that you release and let go of, and you figure out a different dream that you may not have even considered before, one that actually elicits those positive feelings that you want to be experiencing. So ensuring you are in total alignment with what you choose to place on your board is what is truly going to help you manifest them in your life. The other key component that goes along with alignment is feeling the things that you want to, as I said, as if they're already happening. You have to have the belief that you can, in fact, experience those things next year. If you notice self-doubt creeping in, those limiting beliefs are going to hold you back, and they're going to prevent you from creating and designing the life you truly desire throughout the next year. So be boldly courageous, step into this future you, and tell the you here and now that you can, in fact, have that, and make sure whatever it is in alignment with how you want to feel. So I wanted to just give you a little bit of background about what a vision board is, that it actually does work, and how it can actually work. And I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions throughout the workshop, feel free to pop them in the comments. I'll be going back and forth and checking them. The other thing that is really, really important about your board is determining where you will place it. It should be somewhere that you see every single day. It doesn't have to be out in the public for everybody to see that comes over and visits. Like, your grandma doesn't have to see it. Your girlfriends don't have to see it. I have mine in my closet from last year. I actually pulled it out this evening just so I can show you guys what it looks like. But yeah, I have it in my closet. It's a place that I go to every single day. I see it. It's a visual reminder of the things that I wanted to achieve in 2019. What I am going to do differently this year, as I was reflecting from last year to this year I'm going to be taking a picture of it, and I'm going to have it on my phone, and I'm also going to print it so I can have it in my, if you guys do Start Today journals, I have my Start Today journal. I'm going to put it in my Start Today journal, probably glue it right to the front. And I'm also going to put it in a planner because I have a daily planner. And the reason I'm going to do that is because then I'm going to see it. Yes, I see it every day in my closet, but this way it's with me all of the time as a reminder, because then I can check in with myself and say, am I making choices in alignment to, or am I making choices that are going to bring me one step closer towards this vision or this goal or this dream? If the answer is no, check in with yourself and see if it's actually worth it. If the answer is yes, then go ahead and follow through with it. And I will absolutely talk more about like how to manifest your dreams and your desires and your goals and to make them truly become a reality. And I will also talk about later, not tonight, at another time, how you can use your vision board to kind of backtrack and create specific and measurable goals that you can achieve, and how to make action steps from them too. So those things are to come. If any of that sounds interesting at all to you, just let me know, and I would love to have you be a part of those trainings too. So let's see, on to the simple steps to create your vision board, because I know that's what you guys are all dying for and waiting for. And on the workbook, all of these steps are laid out for you, so you don't have to worry about taking any notes now. It's all there, unless, of course, you feel like you want to. The first is to brainstorm what you want to experience in the important areas of your life. And I'm just going to take a sip of my tea. And when you're brainstorming, you want to do this without judgment. So just write anything and everything that comes to your mind. From there, and I say without judgment because if you end up writing things down and you're noticing that there's that judgment, that self-doubt creeping in, it's going to prevent you from actually having the belief that you can do it, and it's going to hold you back. So instead, if you do notice those thoughts coming up, you know, notice them and then let them go and just keep writing and writing and writing. Get everything and anything out on that piece of paper. After you get all of the creative, inspirational juices flowing, everything that comes out about those certain areas, then you want to take a step back and you want to look at them and you want to analyze them. And this is when you're going to ask yourself and ground yourself in those desires and ask how they make you feel. If they elicit the feelings that you want to be experiencing, Then from there, you can decide if it's something that you want to include on your vision board. And again, if any of this doesn't make sense, just let me know. This is just what works for me. I like to brainstorm and get everything out first, and then from there, like narrow it down to the things that feel most important to me experiencing in the next year. And then from there, you can start choosing images and words and phrases for your boards. I should also say that you may get started, and like I said earlier, you may get started on this and discover that maybe the brainstorming process isn't for you. I love brainstorming, but maybe it doesn't work for you, and you figure out a different way. Maybe coming up with the images first inspires you. What I would say is to make sure when you start to choose your images that they actually inspire the feelings that you want to be feeling. They remind you of, like vividly remind you of the things that you want to achieve and experience over the next year. Because if they don't hold power, if they don't hold that truth or elicit those inspirational feelings, the likelihood of you following through with it probably isn't going to happen. So I also wanted to say, just don't rush the process. Take some time, light some candles, sip on your favorite beverage, and just let that creative dreamer come out in you. Some of the areas that you'll be brainstorming about, I could have just said, brainstorm about anything, but for me, I like to have my areas of my life broken down so I remember the different categories that are of importance to me. There might be things on there that you've noticed that maybe aren't as important to you as other areas, and that's okay. Take a look at the workbook and see which ones you do feel you want on your board, and if there's any that you don't, again, just release them and let go of them. So some of the things that you'll find on there are like your health. This encompasses not just your physical health, but your mental and emotional health too. So you as a whole, your finances, think about what do you want to experience when it comes to your finances. Recreational fun is another topic on there, like hobbies you want to do, places you want to go, experiences you would like to have that are just pleasurable and fun. There are many other ones, and like I said, you can pick and choose like what feels most important to you. And after you brainstorm everything, as I mentioned, you want to go back and determine how everything will make you feel. Just grounding yourself in this, asking yourself if it's in alignment with how you want to be feeling. And then from there, imagine and decide the images, words, and phrases that feel inspirational and encompass the things you want for yourself in 2020. Oh, and I love what Sam just shared. So she said you X them off once they're achieved. So I really, really like that. That's something that I had not thought of or considered when I had created mine. So that it probably feels really empowering to know that you've achieved one of the things on your vision board. So then in your workbook, if you're taking a look at it, there's a place that just goes over, simple tip, all of the things that you need to get started. You need a poster board if you decide to do it that way. I've seen and heard people doing it on the computer. For me, I like the whole process of just creating it and then having the physical piece of it, and then having it somewhere I can see it. I mean, you can absolutely print it off, but again, you do what works for you. You're going to want, if you actually do a physical board, markers, glue, tape, if you want tape, magazines, or a computer if you prefer to print off pictures. I like to do a combination of both magazine and printing, because sometimes I find that I have a specific image in my mind and I can't find it in a magazine. So sometimes it's easier to just pop it in Google and print it off from there. Exactly. I was going to say that too, Sam, that this activity, as your kids, my son's a little bit too young for this. But as he gets older, we're definitely going to be incorporating this as a family. And I think what we might do is like do individual ones and then maybe do a family one too. I think that would be a lot of fun. So then last but not least, because I'm almost finished with everything this evening, and I want to see if anybody has questions or if there's any clarification you need. As I mentioned earlier, once it's complete, I highly recommend choosing a space you can hang it that you see it daily. Have it on your phone, print it either in your calendar or your journal, again, somewhere that you can be consistently checking in with yourself and asking yourself daily if you're making choices that are going to take you one step closer towards those dreams or those goals. You have to remind yourself and remember that these things aren't just going to happen. You can't just go about floating through your life thinking that things are just going to pop up and magically appear. Unfortunately, that's not the way that life works. We have to be very intentional with the choices that we make and the activities and lifestyle that we create if we desire to have a certain life. So it can absolutely manifest. It can absolutely happen. You just have to be intentional. You just have to be present and conscious of the daily choices and actions and little tiny small things that you're doing every day consistently, to check in and make sure that you're doing things that are going to take you one step closer to make it a reality. So I just want to thank all of you again for tuning in this evening. And I just really, truly appreciate you all being a part of this and hope that you all at least had one takeaway from it. And I would absolutely love to see, and I'm inviting you to share your vision boards with me once they're completed. This way I can kind of check in and make sure that you actually made your vision boards, and I will absolutely share mine with you too. So you can either just send it privately to me if you don't want to share it on your social media, or feel free to share it on your social media and tag me. I really think it would be great and hopefully inspire even more people to take action and believe that they too can have the power to really design a life that they love and that they want to create. And then last but not least, I have one favor to ask each and every one of you. And I was hoping if you would be so kind to complete a brief survey. I would truly appreciate it, just because it'll give me some insight on this workshop, any like awesome takeaways, and anything that you think that could be beneficial to this workshop in case I was to do future ones. I just absolutely appreciate feedback, so I can grow as a coach and as a person too. So I'm going to pop that link in here. If you get it completed within 24 hours, I'm going to put your name in a little like giveaway thing, because I'm going to do a little prize. So there'll be a prize drawing for everybody who completes it within the next 24 hours. So I'm going to pop that into the comments for you guys. Oh, Mia, I'm so happy that you think the workbook is beneficial. I had created another one and then I realized I didn't like that one. I decided to create a whole new one, and I am really, really appreciative to hear that it's useful and beneficial to you. So I'm so happy about that. And then last thing, I know I already said last but not least, but I just want to say I hope you guys all have a fabulous evening and a fantastic holiday. Merry Christmas to each and every one of you if you celebrate Christmas. If you would love to continue to connect and get more healthy tips, resources, mini workshops. I do a mini workshop every single week. I have a Facebook community. It's called Simply Feeling Well. It's a private Facebook community for women who are just looking to feel well and feel better. And I'll pop that in there too if you want to take a peek. If it's not for you, no worries whatsoever. You can always leave the group. But again, would love to have each and every one of you be a part of it. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening, and thank you for tuning in. I so appreciate it, and I will be in touch with you guys soon. And yeah, just remember, if you do that survey within 24 hours, you will be entered for a prize drawing. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And yeah, bye.